After shelling out $62,000 on bills over 5 years, my parents handed everything to my unemployed brother. I'm Jake, and any doubts I had about my role in the family vanished the day I discovered the will. It wasn't some grand family meeting where they broke the news. No, I stumbled upon it by sheer accident. A few months ago, I was at their place, which I'd been helping maintain for the past 5 years. The mortgage payments, occasional grocery runs, even small fixes around the house. I was the one keeping it all together while my brother Eric contributed absolutely nothing. When I say nothing, I mean nothing. No job, no responsibilities, just lounging around, expecting life to hand him everything on a silver platter, and apparently, my parents were more than happy to oblige. That day, I was helping my dad with some paperwork, since as usual, they couldn't be bothered to handle it themselves. He asked me to scan a pile of legal and financial documents, and I didn't think much of it until I spotted it. A folder labeled Estate Plan and Last Will and Testament tucked in the stack. I'm not one to pry, but curiosity got the better of me. After all, I'd been the one ensuring they had a home. It wasn't unreasonable to wonder how things were arranged for the future. So I opened it, and the words hit me like a punch to the gut. Everything, the house, their savings, their assets, was going to Eric. There was no mention of me, just some vague line about how much they loved both their sons. Right, equal love. That's why they decided their precious golden child would inherit it all, while the son who kept them afloat got nothing but a footnote. I felt like a fool. Here I was going out of my way to make sure their bills were paid, their fridge was stocked, and their home was in order. Meanwhile, they were planning a future where I got nothing. And Eric? He wasn't just lazy. He was entitled. He never lifted a finger to help, never pitched in a cent, yet somehow, he'd convinced them he deserved it all. Maybe because he's the younger son. Maybe because they've always coddled him. Maybe he knew exactly how to play them. Whatever the reason, they'd made their choice. I sat there staring at the document, my blood boiling with anger and betrayal. How long had they planned this? Was I always just their financial backup, expected to get nothing in return? Did they ever value what I did for them? I don't know how long I sat there, but eventually my dad noticed I wasn't scanning anything. "Jake, what's taking so long?" he asked, walking back into the room. I didn't bother hiding the will. I held it up and looked him dead in the eyes. "So, this is how it works?" I said, my voice eerily steady. "Everything to Eric after all I've done for you?" His face went pale for a second, then he let out a sigh, like I was some kid throwing a fit. "Jake, it's not what you think." "Really?" I shot back. "Because it looks pretty clear to me. I've been covering your mortgage, buying groceries, fixing the house, while Eric does nothing. Yet you think he's the one who deserves it all." Dad looked uncomfortable but didn't explain himself. Instead, he mumbled, "It's complicated." That was it. No apology, no real justification, just those 2 weak words and a hopeful look, like he expected me to let it go and keep playing their personal bank. I should have walked out right then, but I wanted to hear it from both of them, so I called for my mom. When she walked in and saw the will in my hands, she didn't take it well. She had the decency to look ashamed, but what she said made my anger flare even more. "Jake, honey, you don't need the inheritance," she said softly, as if she was doing me a favor. "You've got a great job, you're independent. Eric, he struggles. We just want to make sure he's taken care of." That was the moment something inside me broke. They weren't even pretending otherwise. They knew exactly what they were doing and thought it was perfectly fair. They'd spent years enabling Eric's laziness, and now they were rewarding it by giving him everything, while I was dismissed as an afterthought.